came. And may please go to sleep.
I'm looking at porn.
You serious?
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Pizza time.
Sometimes patience is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little.
I want Spider-Man!
Oh, Spider-Man. Hey, everyone. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
He stinks, and I don't like it.
Witches.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode. Thank you for tuning in with your friendly neighborhood deep cut movie review podcast. I'm your host, Armand, and I'm joined by co-host. You got Dylan here, and today we are reviewing Spider-Man Brand New Day. Woo! Newest entry in the MCU. But before we dive into this movie, Armand, what are your thoughts on the Home Trilogy? It's been 10 years with us having Tom Holland as Spider-Man / Peter Parker since Civil War came out in 2016.
Crazy. 10 years, a whole decade.
Mm-hmm.
He's a whole new man now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're actually we're like the same age as Tom Holland.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I was like 7. Just kidding. I think it's been a great run.
Mm-hmm.
I've been rewatching all the Spider-Man movies before this, so they don't stand on their own as a trilogy because it's just connected to so much more. You can't, like, watching them back to back it's kind of weird until you get to the second movie. Because obviously that Far From Home, No Way Home, that's right after each other.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that jump between the first one and the second one is a little jarring.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, The Brand New Day, it's definitely been a few years in between, but they do go hand in hand and they go into each other perfectly.
I think it's like 4 years in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think it's a cool run, and they're really funny.
Yeah, that is very true.
They're probably the funniest movies out of all the Spider-Man ones.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But I do think that there's a lot of stuff within the Sam Raimi movies.
Oh yeah,
that is funny, but I think it's kind of up to debate on whether it was intended to be funny or not.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like I feel like one of the things that always I think back to for the Sam Raimi movies, which is such a minuscule thing, but like the Bruce Campbell cameos.
Oh yeah.
Like he's a different character in every time.
Yeah.
And each one, especially I want to say it's the third one when he's gonna propose to Mary Jane.
Yeah, he's just the waiter or the like hostess or
he keeps trying to bring the guys out to he shoos them away.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. But
yeah, I think in the second movie he's the theater usher.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first movie he's the wrestling announcer guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do think that there's stuff in like the Sam Raimi movies where I'm something of a scientist myself. Like, I wonder, they didn't mean for that to become a meme.
Yeah, there's no way.
But that's something that I know that if I watched with you and like Annalise and a group of friends or something, like we would all chuckle at that line.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't intended to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the Tom Holland movies. I agree it has been a great run. I feel like the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire movies basically kind of gave us the same movie 3 times, where all of them take place in New York. All the villains are byproducts of some sort of science experiment gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Mark Webb, Andrew Garfield movies basically gave us the same thing for 2 movies, but with just different wrapping paper on it.
Yeah.
Like, especially the first Amazing Spider-Man. It's the same exact thing. Like, it 100% takes place in New York, and the villain is a byproduct of a science experiment gone wrong. You know?
Yeah, and that's definitely the thing that I think trumps with the MCU Spider-Man is they're really doing different things.
Yeah, exactly. Like the first movie, we get to see Spider-Man, the youngest version of Spider-Man we've seen in live action, fight Vulture on top of a plane over the ocean, where like Spider-Man falls off that, like he's kind of fucked, you know. And then same thing continuing on with Far From Home, like it's like a European vacation movie. We've never seen Spider-Man in a different country, and like same thing with like the third movie with the whole multiversal thing, like meeting multiversal selves, interacting with Doctor Strange. Um, yeah, like all the MCU movies have, each movie has given us some fresh new take on Spider-Man, or something we've just never seen in live action before, and all while still doing the whole like high school, I guess like trilogy or like through line of, I'm assuming Homecoming takes place like sophomore year, and then No Way Home would obviously be like senior year.
Yeah.
So, and then the whole thing with like everything leading up to Aunt May dying and passing on the "with great power comes great responsibility" thing.
Yeah.
Like putting this all three of those movies in retrospect as like all three of those movies act as his like origin story.
Yeah.
You know, and then where we're at now with Brand New Day is like kind of like what the title implies of like it's somewhat of a clean slate. We've gotten the origin story out of the way, so to speak.
Now he's like full-fledged Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. In this movie, we get to see the dangers of him going full-fledged Spider-Man. Armand, without spoiling anything, what did you think of this movie?
I thought it was great. I think it might be the best of the four. The more I think about it, the more I'm definitely putting it there. I feel like one of my favorite parts about it is that like I feel like it's the best MCU movie that actually feels like it's in the MCU.
Yes.
Like, and I feel like at this point, where we're seeing like multiple characters interact and we're seeing multiple consequences, and like just it could be subtle background stuff or bigger stuff. It's the setting of it being in the MCU definitely feels the most out of any movie we've seen so far. So,
yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, because actually I feel like this is the first one where it's not like there's a main MCU character that's like essentially sharing the main character role to some degree. Like in Homecoming, it's like Spider-Man and Iron Man. In Far From Home, it's Spider-Man and Nick Fury. And then in No Way Home, it's Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. And like this one,
it still does that.
It does that, but not in the same way. I mean, I guess maybe with Punisher, but the way that the movie felt to me was more kind of like what you were saying of like a lived-in MCU. I don't know if you've played like the PlayStation 1 Spider-Man game.
Way back when, I don't really remember that.
But I guess just Spider-Man games in general, where like as you're going throughout the game, like characters from the Marvel universe and different villains and stuff pop up. And that's what this movie kind of felt like, was like bringing that to live action where, without spoiling anything, Spider-Man can just stop by someone's office and have a conversation with them and
get what he needs and move on to
something else, meet another character.
And they haven't been like just like shoehorned in cameos.
They all
he has a reason
serve the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I really liked that about this one for sure.
I agree with you. I think it is definitely probably one of the best live action Spider-Man movies that we've ever gotten. Um, it feels the most like a Spider-Man comic book come to
Yes.
life, or
Yes.
just that most accurate interpretation kind of thing. And it acts as a really great sequel to No Way Home. And I think in a lot of ways is a far more superior film to No Way Home.
Mhm.
So I actually do have another thing that's non-spoiler that is actually kind of like a complaint with it feeling like very comic booky, which is cool. But then there is definitely a few times where they do a scene and it's like straight up like the cover of a comic book.
Yeah,
They were cool, but I just felt like it was kind of shoehorned in, and it happened a couple of
I
times
agree.
where it was just like, and also that like some of the cuts were kind of weird,
Hmm.
where like we'll be on a scene, and then it cuts to the next scene,
Hmm.
but it was just like abrupt and kind of it was just I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah, of those comic book cover, you know, turned to live action ones, there's only really one I can think of throughout the whole movie that I felt like was genuinely earned.
Hmm.
I think you know what I'm talking about.
Maybe
Yeah, we'll get
we'll get
into
into
that in the spoiler section, which is right now.
it. Which yeah, which will be right now.
Um,
Spoilers.
yeah, spoilers. If you have not seen this movie,
Go watch
I
it.
highly suggest that you go watch it.
Go watch it.
'Cause,
Get sticky, then come back.
yes, you can pause this video, forget about it, and then come back to this video 2 months from now after you've seen the movie.
Like, yeah, I didn't like those still scenes either.
Here is our spoiler discussion of Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
It's Jean Grey.
Yeah,
Let's throw that
let's
out
just
there.
get right into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey. I don't know if you follow like the rumor mill stuff
I
leading up to these movies.
I follow some, but like even if you don't follow, just because I just like so many of this stuff in general,
Mhm.
shit's already hitting my algorithm and
Yeah,
stuff, even
popping
if
up
I
on your
don't want
feed.
to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I love diving into it. It's my
I hate it.
favorite thing to look into when I'm like taking a dump or like I'm just bored and have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Is go on Reddit and then Marvel Studio spoilers,
Oh my
and
gosh.
then just look at different, because it's also I think just interesting, like an interesting world of there's like inside scoopers and
Yeah.
people that give have like a track record for reliable predictions and information and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so I do kind of keep up with stuff like that. I'm not like super obsessive with it, but it is something that is in my like uh, entertainment feed
Hmm.
on YouTube and stuff. So I had heard a lot of speculation about Sadie Sink. All the at first people thought she was going to be playing the real Mary Jane Watson, and then a lot of people were thinking that she was going to play Mayday Parker, which is Peter Parker's daughter, but
Yeah.
like grown up, and they're going to do some multiversal shenanigans again. And a lot of people were saying Jean Grey
Yeah.
from very early on. So
And so I hate looking into anything. I don't
Mhm.
like to. I like to be as far as away from all that as
yeah,
possible.
so you go in fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so like that being said, when it is revealed that she is Jean Grey, it didn't hit me very hard. I was like, okay, so it is her.
Yeah,
Like,
just confirmation.
yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And I feel like, see, like I feel like if I didn't know, it would have been way cooler
Hmm.
for me. I would have been like, oh shit. Because even after seeing the first trailer, I didn't think that. I only started thinking that because I saw somebody else think that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what kind of upsetted me. Kind of,
Yeah, I guess
yeah,
it would have been cool if they just didn't even hint at Sadie Sink is in this movie at all. Like, don't have her on the press tour.
yeah,
Don't have her on marketing material. Like, the trailer, none of that. Like that'd been cool. But very similar to No Way Home, where I had heard something that like the original marketing plan for No Way Home was they were going to frame it like a Civil War type movie, but between Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, where like Doctor Strange is essentially like the antagonist for this Spider-Man film, and then keep all the multiversal stuff like hidden until the movie comes out. That would have been sick,
Yeah.
you know. So same thing with this movie. They already went ahead and shot a bunch of footage like with all these different villains and stuff that don't really do anything throughout the
No.
rest of the movie, like Tarantula, Boomerang, Ramrod, even Tombstone.
Hmm.
I thought because he was the most like well hidden, like I hadn't seen a whole lot of leaks
Yeah.
of him and stuff. I
Yeah.
thought like he was going to be the main villain of this movie. But yeah, they should have just made this movie seem like it was like, ooh, they're going to do Sinister Six, or just a ton of villains in this movie, and then not at all hint at like the body jumping thing, because that was like a big piece of evidence that people were using of like, see, like there's a telepath in this movie, so it's got to be Jean Grey. So I think just months of hearing that kind of did desensitize me. So
Same.
when it is revealed, it was like you just said, it's just kind of like confirmation of like, okay, well, yeah.
That being said, I do really like her as it. I think she did a great job
Yeah,
in
I
the
agree.
film.
Mhm.
There was a lot of emotional stuff
Mhm.
with her, and she was a very emotional character throughout the whole thing,
Mhm.
on a whole revenge path and stuff.
Mhm.
And so I thought she was awesome. Love that she's young,
Mhm.
because that just means that
Yeah, it implies that there's a bigger X-Men world
yeah,
just now getting started within the MCU, which answers the age-old question of where have the mutants been in the MCU?
where are the mutants?
And it's just because they're just now getting started.
And now Disney can squeeze the life out of her for like the next 20 years because
Mhm.
she looks young.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, thought it was awesome.
Yeah, same. Plus, I also think because before any of the trailers came out, just knowing that she was going to be in this movie, I was really hoping that she was going to be playing Firestar. Like I don't know if you're familiar with like
Not familiar.
there's like a 1970s I think it was like Hanna-Barbera cartoon called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, where he's roommates with Iceman from the X-Men and Firestar, who I think was a character created for the show because they wanted to use Human Torch, but there's a rights issue thing, so they made up a character that had fire powers and stuff. I thought that would have been sick of like um yeah, just having her play like a lesser known character. Um and with the way No Way Home ends, I was really hoping that they would move on from Ned and MJ. And just like in life, like, all throughout life, you have these different groups of friends and stuff that Brand New Day was going to introduce us to a whole new, like, supporting cast.
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, maybe like a Gwen Stacy or
Yeah, I was thinking
Harry
we were gonna see her.
Osborn. Mhm.
Yeah, Harry Osborn too.
Yeah. Still kind of fill out the MCU with
Mhm.
other characters that can show up in other things like Iceman. Like they did have an X-Men in this movie, so like
Yeah,
they easily could have done something like that. But I'm not upset or anything that she
Yeah.
is playing Jean Grey. I thought she did a great job. I think it's great casting. I'm very excited to see how she interacts with, a whole
multiverse.
family of other mutants, and wonder who they're going to cast for like Cyclops and Storm and, Beast, Rogue. The guy that directed Thunderbolts is going to be directing the X-Men movie. So I feel like there's just going to be a great through line, and like I'm just really excited for
Oh, for sure.
X-Men and Yeah.
And they definitely played with the idea of like what makes somebody a monster, and
Yes.
physically and also
Mentally.
like mentally with like Peter turning into man spider, which we didn't get to see the 8 arms, but
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't go there.
I thought it would have been kind of fun. But I'm not necessarily upset or
Yeah.
anything. But that, and then also them using literally using like the word monster, like
Mhm.
they used multiple times. Oh, you're a monster,
Mhm.
and them thinking that like Spider-Man, like he's the monster or something like that. And then like obviously we see it's just humans are the
Mhm.
monster.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and all of the side characters kind of reflect that as well with
yeah,
Punisher, um, and Hulk.
yeah,
I mean,
literally, yeah.
yeah, I think Hulk is the most like on the nose personification of that, but yeah, Punisher definitely has a monster within him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Speaking of Hulk,
Mhm.
I really liked him in this. I think seeing Bruce Banner is awesome,
Mhm.
and just what he's doing. He was. It's kind of sad because he was like super happy and just he seemed really just content with like what he's
Being a
doing.
teacher,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then
or
to be kind of
professor,
fucked over
yeah.
and to be
Oh
worried if
yeah,
you hurt anybody.
yeah, because he kind of just gets taken away.
Yeah, we don't really get a
No,
resolve to that besides
yeah.
just seeing him go to the hospital.
Dang, I wonder. It's kind of a sidebar thing, but I wonder if that could be something that can lead towards a World War Hulk thing.
How so?
Because like it's been a long time since Hulk's had an incident, like a
Uh-huh.
public incident where he like caused mass
Oh,
destruction and casualties and shit like that.
so you're
So
saying he's gonna leave? He wants to leave?
no, I think that maybe the United Nations are going to be like, you know what, we've had enough of this guy. Let's, because that's kind of what happens in the World War Hulk comic series, is
Hmm.
that like basically just the world is sick of, and the Avengers are sick of like Hulk being a liability. So
Yeah,
they like put him in a rocket and send him off, and then that's when he becomes like Gladiator Hulk
yeah.
and stuff that they kind of touched on in Thor Ragnarok. But
Poor guy. It's always somebody taking advantage of him,
yeah,
which we have seen like literally
yeah,
almost every time the Hulk
Scarlet
goes
Witch.
berserk. It's Scarlet Witch, Loki,
Mm-hmm.
now Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Ned said, so sad.
Yeah.
So sad. That show was so funny.
Yeah.
But I did love like because when Hulk is fucking shit up,
Mm-hmm.
it's like smart Hulk. And
Yes.
then once like we saw like actual Hulk, he was way bigger, way
Mm-hmm.
more like muscular and veiny.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that distinction between the two was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, because it's been a long time since we've seen like Savage Hulk.
Yeah,
So that was really cool to
yeah.
finally see that again. And to see it happen in like the New York setting
Hmm.
again is cool. Because we haven't seen that specifically since I guess like Avengers,
Yeah, no, I think you're right on that.
just 2012.
Hmm.
So
What did how'd you feel about the Punisher and Spider-Man v Hulk?
oh, it was sick. I mean, I think that they probably could have done a little bit more with it,
Yeah,
but for what we got, it's one of those things where I guess I just have to kind of remind myself that like we can't get too greedy with these things because there was a
yeah.
point in time when the only version of this that existed was either in the comic books, which I didn't have, access to all comic books as a kid growing up.
Mm,
And but what I did have access to is like my action figures.
mm,
So like making team ups and stuff happen with like just my toys and stuff. So seeing moments like Spider-Man, you know, dragging Punisher with a web while he shoots
mm-hmm.
at the Hulk, and the Hulk is like just like I don't know how to describe it, like uh clapping away bullets and
Mm-hmm.
just all that stuff, like it is super sick.
Yeah,
And it is something that like as a comic book fan, superhero fan, movie fan, a couple years ago, if you told me that that was going to happen, I would have been like, "You're nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That'll never happen because Sony owns the rights,
Mm-hmm.
and they're never going to work with Marvel Studios and all that stuff." And yeah, so I thought it was cool, but yeah, could have used a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think that pretty much sums up kind of how I was feeling. It was cool, but yeah, and I feel like that's something that like I felt through almost the entire movie is that I wanted more.
Yeah, I agree.
But before I jump to some of the other things that is coming to my head, I do love the detail of when Punisher is shooting at the Hulk. He's
Mhm.
straight up headshots every single. He's just
Oh,
straight
yeah,
up
yeah.
all headshots. That was awesome.
Yeah. I thought the Punisher just being in this was awesome. Like that was something. That's another thing that like John Bernthal's Punisher being in an MCU movie
Mm-hmm.
is something I never thought was going to be a thing
Yeah.
for the longest time, and I'm just glad that they didn't recast and that they
Yes,
got the man who is right for the job.
he's awesome.
And I feel like this might be my favorite like portrayal that he's done of the Punisher
Mm-hmm.
because it's like all the stuff that we already like about his performance as the character from Daredevil and his own Netflix show and Born Again and all that stuff. And I guess One Last Kill. Um, he's got the character down.
Yeah,
So I feel like this movie, he just got to step into some shoes that he's very, you know, worn into and familiar with, and then kind of got to have fun.
yeah,
Like he definitely has a lot of like funny moments.
yeah.
I guess just kind of like jump around some of my favorite Punisher moments. When I mean, just in general, the back and forth bickering between him and
Yeah.
Spider-Man is great.
When they're at the hideout.
Yeah,
And he's like, he beat you. She was beating your ass all
Yeah,
over
yeah.
the city or something like that. You didn't beat my ass.
and then I don't remember what part it is specifically, but there's a part where it just cuts to um like security camera footage of Spider-Man and
Oh
Punisher,
yeah,
and we don't hear them, but we just see the body language of their bickering
yeah.
some more. I thought that was a great like just reoccurring joke. And then later in the movie when I think Spider-Man asks him like, "Oh, like how'd you find me?" or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and the Punisher says like, "Oh, I got eyes and ears everywhere," and it cuts to he's just been using the
Spidey tracker.
Spidey tracker. um, and then I think hands down the best Punisher moment in the movie is his plan to get Peter out of the hospital when
Yeah.
he just puts on the Spider-Man mask and distracts all the people out front.
At the window.
Yeah, at the window and stuff. But it's when the camera cuts to inside and he's doing the like yeah. Yeah, it's just that is hilarious. So Punisher is definitely my favorite character in this movie. What about you? Who would you say is your favorite character?
Favorite character. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Like
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
and you can't always say that, right?
Mhm.
When you see a movie and your favorite character is the main character.
Yeah.
But this one I definitely I really like seeing how he dealt with everything, seeing his smarts, seeing his vulnerability, and seeing him strong, right?
Mhm.
And he's you he is older. Like you can
Oh,
like
yeah.
the way Tom Holland looks, he's ripped
Yeah,
now.
dude,
He
yeah.
was ripped.
Mhm.
But just also his voice too.
Mhm.
Like he's just much more mature.
Yeah.
And
And
I love that.
I'm pretty sure there's because I mean Tom Holland is a short dude.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure there's some scenes where they put him on an apple box.
Yeah.
Because Zendaya is taller than him.
Yeah.
But there's I think a scene between the two of them towards it might be the rooftop scene
No, she was taller than him.
There's for sure a part where like he's way taller than her, or
Okay.
like there's
Maybe
a
same.
significant height difference. But then I also thought like the actor that they got to play DeWolf,
Uh-huh.
she must be tiny
That's true.
because she makes Tom Holland look super tall, and like
Mhm.
when they're standing next to each other. So I don't know if that was like a deliberate choice to make Tom look taller, but
Mhm.
that was one of the things I had in my notes was that like in this movie, and it's kind of fitting because in our last episode we talked about Tom Holland, like the Odyssey being
His coming of age.
his coming of age. Like last time, I'm playing like a boy going in like uh, going through like boyhood or early stages of manhood kind of thing.
Mhm.
Because in this movie, like he's definitely like a young adult.
Yeah.
There's no kid vibes anymore. Um, there's still the like Peter Parker makes mistakes aspect to his character,
Yeah.
but yeah, we definitely get to see his smarts. We definitely get to see um, him at like the most vulnerable state that he's been in
Mhm.
in all these movies. The most like isolated, and um, it's kind of cool seeing him like just try to figure shit out by himself
Mhm.
rather than relying on Ned and MJ. Um, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but under Spider-Man, Punisher was awesome. In the movie way more than I expected. But I also really liked Ned.
Oh, same. Yeah, yeah.
I thought his just all of his scenes were awesome. He was funny, but also just a really cool guy, and just the chemistry. I like how like when Spider-Man like talks to Ned again for the first time,
Hmm.
that that they just immediately hit it off,
Yeah.
and it's but also just calling back to their friendship,
Hmm.
and just I thought that was awesome. And I liked Yelena, actually,
Oh yeah.
Black Widow.
Hmm.
I will say that when we first see her at the spa, her
Her
office,
office. Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was a little weird. Like
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily love that scene.
Hmm.
Um,
It took me a second to like process like, oh, this is in the movie.
yeah,
Like this is actually happening. Like, uh, yeah, Yelena is. It's kind of implied that she's naked
yes,
in
it's
there.
very implied, and it's a little
Um,
distracting.
yes, yeah, because you're just trying to.
Yeah, she's like, why is that water so murky?
Yeah, yeah. Why does that have to be so murky?
But
Um,
when we see her come back on when she's talking to Spider-Man
yeah,
through like the
like
video call,
FaceTime. Yeah.
I thought that whole interaction was awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's so fun. She's just so bubbly
Yeah,
and
I
all
agree.
that. So
Because I'm sure you've seen the Spider-Man, a version of Spider-Man just wearing the mask, but in his underwear
mhm,
for like some kind of circumstance. Um, they finally did that in this movie.
mhm.
So
Which is also funny because like we don't really know he's in his underwear until he like gets in.
hmm.
You know, I was almost seeing like, are we gonna see his butt right now?
Oh yeah, I
And
thought that for a second too.
Elena's just gonna see his wiener,
Yeah,
but no,
I
yeah, that's
thought
not
that
his.
when he was like getting into the spa.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
don't know what you'd call it. Pool of water. Pool of very murky water.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I thought that I was like, what are you gonna do about like covering up his wiener?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
um,
Seeing the same thing.
but then you see that he's still wearing his underwear.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, good, good. Things aren't gonna get weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought that stuff was a little bit jarring, but it still ties into like feels like it's part of a connected larger universe,
Hmm.
and it is cool that like okay, cool. So at least one of the new Avengers or people associated with the Avengers knows of Spider-Man, So maybe he'll show up in Doomsday.
Going back to the beginning though,
Mhm.
of like the whole montage of him kind of like taking out criminals,
Mhm.
I wanted to see more action from that.
Yeah.
Like, especially like Tombstone.
Hmm.
Um, he was just, yeah, it wasn't even anything.
Hmm.
At least we got like a couple kind of like actions from Scorpion, and we got even more later.
Hmm.
But Tombstone, it was just he was there holding Spider-Man, and then cuts to something else, cuts back, and then Spider-Man like defeats him.
Yeah, you like webbed him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to see
And then
way more of that.
even with Scorpion, half of his scenes, it's not even really Scorpion. It's
True.
Jean mind controlling him.
And then the hand.
Yes.
So
Let's
like,
talk about that.
I was really excited to
Same.
see the hand in this.
Like in the trailer,
Yes.
leading up to watching it.
I can't say I don't like. I can't say I like how they handled them.
I think honestly, I think that's my least favorite part about the movie, or the most like disappointing part of the movie for me.
Yeah.
Was like the hand is basically just like orphaned kids that the damage control people thought like,
Yeah.
well, we can hire you guys to be our security.
Which
You know?
which is true that they are pretty much orphan kids that and all that stuff. But like, so when they were doing that whole thing, I was like, oh, okay, maybe. I'm like, there's no way they're just gonna have their allegiance towards the DODC now. Maybe
Yeah.
it's like it's still like the hand,
Hmm.
but they're just infiltrating them like this way.
Yeah, that crossed my mind too.
But they don't allude to any of that. It's
Nope.
literally just yeah, they use them for security, and
Mhm.
that was it. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, and there's so much more implications, like the connections with like Daredevil and stuff like that. So I was hoping maybe there'd be some, even if like there wasn't a connection to Daredevil, just a connection to just the larger hand
Yeah.
organization,
Mhm.
and even if it was like more of a side thing, which I kind of was thinking was gonna be anyways.
Mhm.
I think that would have been cool. But then for them to just be like some security guards, like,
Yeah, going
what?
into this movie, I was thinking that the main antagonistic force in this movie was going to be Tombstone working with the hand.
Mhm.
Like that's what I thought was going to be going on. Is
Yeah.
that like now that Mayor Fisk is gone, there's a power vacuum.
Mm.
Tombstone steps in, and then same thing with the hand. Like they don't have like a leader or allegiance or whatever. Like Tombstone can team up with them, kind of thing. Like, and then yeah, infiltrating Department of Damage Control and all that stuff. Like, that's what my brain was like going into, like watching the trailer and just following this movie leading up to it. So, the story that we got is definitely not that.
No, not at all.
And
Both of those entities were just completely sidelined.
yes, absolutely. I
and
mean,
nothing to do with the larger picture.
yeah, and the hand is basically just there for that one big action sequence.
Yes.
Which is cool.
It was a great action sequence. I actually really liked it.
Yeah, but I would rather it.
Just more story, more depth to
Yeah,
them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Explore like their whole thing just a little bit more.
Hmm.
They're the villains I was excited for the most.
I think a lot of people were because like that shot in the trailer when it's Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and then just the ninjas like going at each other.
So many theories about other people being there.
Yeah, yeah. People were saying like, oh, Daredevil's for sure going to be like in that shot. They just like CGI'd him out in the trailer and all that. Like, nope, that shot is literally
That's the
just
shot.
that shot, part of the villain montage.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, okay. Like, we're doing this.
Yeah, I kept hearing theories about like, oh, Spider-Man and Punisher are gonna break Daredevil out of prison.
Yeah.
Because that's also, I wonder. I don't think he's necessarily. Well, we don't really know if he's with the DODC prison or not, or just no prison.
I would assume Daredevil's just in some normal prison.
Yeah, that's at least show-wise. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
It would make sense if they put him into a DODC though.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't bat an eye to it.
Maybe that's what Born Again season 3 is about. Is him getting transferred to
Yeah.
Department of Damage Control.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because they would have to start locking down harder because, like,
get funding.
well, just think about how poorly they've operated as an organization.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
Wonder Man
Got out easy.
got out easy. Even came back to get another person out,
Yeah.
and then Brand New Day, they lose Jean Grey.
Yeah,
You know.
they definitely need to do something because
Yeah.
every quote unquote threat that they take in,
hmm
it doesn't have that hard of a time getting out.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. Yeah.
That being said, that kind of goes into Spider-Man making the inhibitor chips
Oh
that
yeah.
now they can maybe use to actually detain mutants and
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I didn't even think about that. That is crazy.
So,
Because do we see
that's the thing though,
what
because
happens?
at the end, Sadie, she destroys it.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
destroys the one that on her.
Yeah.
But so it's kind of like, did they get enough data for they can replicate it? I'm not too sure.
Mm.
They did have somebody connected to it, so I'm sure they have some sort of thing. And also, just
Mhm.
also the fact that they just know that they can do that now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
sure they'll be able to. Definitely, like I feel like that can definitely come back to bite Spider-Man
Oh
in his
yeah.
butt.
Yeah. Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Like that's pretty crazy that Spider-Man could be down the line the one that's responsible
Yeah,
for the creation of humanity's greatest weapons against mutants.
yeah, dude. And I thought that was super cool.
That is awesome. What were some of your favorite scenes?
When we see Peter go up to Ned, they do the handshake, and Ned just does it from muscle memory,
Yeah.
and then just his face lights up and says Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking love that. Like
Yeah.
I was crying. It made me
Oh yeah.
cry.
Yeah.
Like
It got me emotional.
just yeah, just it's just a straightforward scene. That's all it is. But just the thought of like this prior friendship to be so strong, to be even like have muscle memory to it, you know.
Yeah.
It's just
For the handshake. Yeah.
I thought I loved that.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I also love how they kind of keep it open ended because we talked about this on the way back that like we don't know if he says Peter because the muscle memory thing and he genuinely remembers,
mhm.
or if it's because MJ has that slip up where she calls Spider-Man Peter in front of Ned, and if Ned is just now making that connection of, oh, this guy is Spider-Man,
Mhm.
his name's Peter,
Yeah.
you know. So, yeah, and then with both Ned and MJ, I really love how they didn't just undo the spell. Like,
Mhm.
uh, with both of them, it like the film really takes its time to challenge Peter with the task of getting them to remember. Because
The repercussions of the spell as well.
yeah, and the repercussions of the spell. Because it's at the end of No Way Home when he says like, "I'll find you and explain all this," and it'll be like it never happened. Like, there's no way that that would work
Mhm.
because that's like if a total stranger came up to you and was like, "Hey, we used to be lovers, and you know, just trust me.
Like,
We
hell
are."
yeah,
Yeah, it'd be
I'd go
very
with
hard
it.
to be like, "Oh, I believe you." So I like how this movie Peter doesn't get the girl back.
Mhm.
You know, like he gets a form of closure in a way.
I do
And
think they leave enough room for it to.
oh yeah,
It'll definitely kind of rekindle.
yeah. But if they don't get back together, at least not in the next movie, just
Yes, that closure.
yeah, it can act as a closure for now kind of thing because it reminded me a lot of Gamora and Star Lord, where a character loved a past version that just doesn't exist anymore.
Mhm.
And with MJ now, she doesn't have any memory whatsoever of Peter, so she can empathize with him and stuff and like feel for him and all that, but she can't bring herself to what would essentially be like living a lie
Mhm.
for like from like her perspective because she doesn't have any of those memories.
Yeah, she
So
doesn't know.
yeah, so It's very heartbreaking, but at the same time, it's also like I felt like was the most realistic route that they could have gone.
Oh yeah.
Of like, of course, they're not going to just immediately get back together. The scene where you think that is going to happen, where they're going to get back together,
Mm-hmm.
and when the rug is completely pulled out from under us, and it's revealed that Jean has just been mind controlling MJ to like say all this stuff. It like kind of made my stomach drop. Of like, oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, this is like all Peter's wanted for like 4 years or whatever.
And he calls her a monster.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. Yeah.
I'm telling you that same phrase has been used
Mhm.
multiple times throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, and what she does is very monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
She does do some pretty crazy stuff in the movie, but I guess none of it is like too far gone to where she's like completely irredeemable.
Yeah, I wouldn't say unforgivable either.
Yeah.
I don't think she kills anyone. Does she?
Mm,
Maybe like
no,
maybe
she
inadvertently.
definitely does. Inadvertently and also intentionally. Because I'm pretty sure there's a part where like just simply like one of the
The guards are shooting each other.
she makes one of the guards shoot one
I
of the other guards.
I think I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
Hmm.
If I remember correctly, it looked like they shot each other in the legs.
Oh, maybe.
But I can't say for sure, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, even with just like collateral damage, I wouldn't doubt if somebody died.
Yeah. Yeah. So, especially like the tank sequence. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Exploding in a whole building. So.
yeah. Yeah. Unleashing the Hulk
Hmm.
just from the debris. But I guess it's the same kind of level as like Scarlet Witch.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I think it's kind of interesting that they introduce the first of the recasting of the X-Men. Their introduction is she's the villain for the movie
Hmm.
and like the main villain. So I think it's kind of interesting. But
Yeah, I think it'll definitely also play into the future of the hatred for mutants. You know,
yeah, that makes sense.
I really liked seeing when Peter comes to say what's up to Ned,
Hmm.
and they're all just hanging out.
Oh, and they're playing with Legos
Yeah.
together again.
I
Yeah,
thought that was awesome.
that actually made me a little bit emotional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and super great. Another really cool one. Uh, when Spider-Man's fighting like the Hulk,
Hmm.
and like he's just wrecking stuff, chasing him, and then like he like stops at one point, and like Spider-Man is still running, and you can see he's gearing up to do the clap,
Oh
and then
yeah.
he does the Hulk clap.
Hmm.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Just the whole build up to it, and him actually doing it,
Mhm.
everything just super cool.
Yeah. Even though like we were complaining about this not too long ago, the villain montage,
Hmm.
I actually did like it. Like it just as an aspect within the film, I really liked just how it looked and the concept of it. I just wish that they utilized those characters like throughout the film,
Hmm.
instead of because the only time we see Tarantula, Boomerang, and Ramrod
Hmm.
and Tombstone is just in that sequence.
Yep.
The only like reoccurring villain from that is Scorpion,
Hmm.
but like you said, half the time it's not even actually him.
Yeah.
So, but as a concept, I like it of just
Yeah.
kind of recapping. This is what Spider-Man's been doing for the last 4 years, and then any of the swinging through New York stuff. It's just been a long time since we've seen that like
Mhm.
properly. And it gave me a lot of like Amazing Spider-Man 2 vibes mixed with the stuff from like the PlayStation games or just
Mhm.
Spider-Man games in general.
Yeah.
I also liked when Ned and Spider-Man were hanging out playing Legos. And then the last like big like I had was I really liked the air vent realization. I thought that was kind of fucked up.
VMAX.
Yeah, VMAX.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the whole time you think that that's some like file name or project name or something, but no, it's just the like
The last thing she saw before she died, probably.
Yeah.
Sarah.
yeah,
Gray.
yeah, Jean's sister, and just that realization of like she's literally sitting in the same spot as her sister, and within like their powers, like they're so much more powerful than they think, because like I think it's implied that when Sarah died, she sent out like a massive, like they said that they had a crazy spike in like telekinetic energy or whatever, um, and that's when Jean received the image of VMAX. So like in Sarah's last dying moment, she like tried reaching out to her sister, kind of thing. So just all that combined, and like the reveal that like VMAX doesn't even mean anything. It's just the like part of the label that's on the air conditioning vent, like above them or above the chair or whatever. Like, yeah, I thought that was just really dark.
Yeah, it was a great detail.
Yeah.
Same for me. Like that's pretty much kind of all my favorite ones that come to my mind. In terms of like action sequences, I feel like my two favorite, at least boil them down to two. My two favorite were definitely when he's fighting Scorpion for the second time, when Jean Grey's has control of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a pretty sick ass fight scene with the whole tail thing, and like he was doing some like body like maneuver kind of stuff, and along with the tail, and just Spider-Man, like the way he would like dodge it and everything, and like fling back at him, super sick. And then that's also we see him lose his shit and like start wailing on the guy.
Yeah. Almost kills a cop.
Yeah. That one, and then like the whole hand, like them like being like interconnected, like, and then using each other to like fling themselves at him, and like stepping on each other to fight. And
I noticed that.
Even the one part when that one guy like stabs through himself to like get to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah. That's
Wish we
crazy.
would have seen more of that.
My favorite action sequences were probably the tank chase. It was just cool to like see Spider-Man swinging around the city again, chasing something on four wheels.
Yeah.
You know. And then I think it's definitely earlier in the movie, but it's when we see a better version, not version, but like we get a better look at the concept of like the body jumping thing. So I guess it's after the tank sequence, but it's when like there's like a bunch of people running in one direction, but then people will like stop and then turn the other way when they're like possessed, and then
It was at the DODC.
Yeah. Just that whole shot, it was almost like a tracking shot.
Yeah.
I just thought that looked really cool. And then obviously the ending with like just Punisher being in the hospital with Spider-Man, I thought was sick. And that earlier when we were talking about like the comic book stills or comic book covers like come to life kind of thing, the one I was saying I feel like is earned is the one where Frank is carrying Spider-Man into the hospital.
So yeah, I do think that one was the better one, but still, it was still kind of like abrupt and like
yeah.
So like it was just the previous scene was Punisher at the sniper, realizing that he just shot him.
Yeah.
And to cut to he's at the hospital already with him. Like, so I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It would have been cool to see him like pack up the sniper.
Yeah, but
climb down the ladder, make his way through the building, get in his car. I'm just kidding.
Exactly though, like they would have. He was very fucking far. If anything, that's also kind of like, how did he get there so fast?
Yeah. I thought,
and he was bleeding out a lot, because even when Sadie or Jean Grey was talking to him, you can see the blood.
I noticed
behind
that
him.
too. Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, he's really bleeding.
Yeah, I actually did think for a moment he was gonna die, and then that they were gonna end the movie with like the symbiote at the end of No Way Home, like going into Peter Parker's grave or whatever. No, he survives.
Yeah.
And I personally liked it because throughout the whole movie, like Punisher and Spider-Man don't get along, and obviously they don't see eye to eye on the whole no killing thing. So for Frank to almost kill Spider-Man, I feel like hits home because it's like, or it hits hard because it's like, oh shit, like if I was different in my ways, this this guy wouldn't be hurt because of me now.
On his
kind of thing.
deathbed.
Yeah, exactly. So him being at the hospital, like at Peter's bedside, I got like a little bit emotional with that because yeah, it's a cool like brotherly connection that they have, and then even in that moment where like Peter like calls him out on like, are you crying? You know, like or like, oh, I can't believe I saw the Punisher cry. You know, like
He's just laughing at him.
yeah, like they're just throughout the whole movie they're giving each other shit and stuff. So for us as the audience to get the feeling that like, okay, Frank really does care about Spider-Man and stuff.
See them laugh together at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And then for him to like cover for him and be like, I got an idea to get you out of the hospital, and like it's just yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah. There was one thing that I remembered when Jean Grey confronts him about Mary Jane, and right before he like she starts like hopping through the one of the was the construction worker, and he starts like going into the street, and then he just gets hit by a car.
Yeah.
But then like we don't see Spider-Man do anything about it.
That is actually very true.
It just cuts and he's like already chasing them. Like, bro, like
get him to a hospital.
Yeah, like at least make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Like I guess you could argue that it happened off screen, but no, you should have shown that if it happened off screen.
Also, is that an irredeemable thing?
Good
that is
question.
a pretty fucked up thing to do. Like,
I mean,
if I was
Spider-Man
that
didn't
guy-
care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so a very good point. But like, we can only assume he didn't die simply from the fact that just Spider-Man just whipped away. So I'm just gonna chalk it up as like, oh, Spider-Man saw he was okay, so he was okay.
Yeah, you just did a quick ocular assessment of like, okay, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get hit by cars all the time.
But then also that will play into the hate for mutants. So
that'd be so funny
if that same guy comes back.
Yeah.
He's like in a wheelchair.
Yeah. So to conclude, I guess like our likes about the movie, or us just giving the movie some praise. One thing I do want to say as I guess like an honorable mention, or just gotta throw it out there, is this is objectively the best live action Spider-Man suit. Would you agree?
I would give it up there. If anything, it can combat TASM 2.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that for me the number one spot this whole time has been Amazing Spider-Man 2. But even just after watching that video Sony put out like before the trailer and stuff of just Tom in the suit, I was like, holy shit, this might be the best Spider-Man suit. And my big caveat for what makes this the best one is you can faintly see Peter's eyes through the lenses. And that's something that we haven't had in any Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool detail because the eyes don't emote as much as like they do in like the Home trilogy. So it was just, I think it's just the most like color-wise perfect, proportion, like just where things are perfect, the size of the eyes, all that stuff perfect. Yeah, and I would say the only issue at the TASM suit is the eyes are a little bit too big and buggy.
I kind of like that about the Tasm suit. Though.
Yeah, I like it too, but compared to the brand new day suit, it's just that's my personal opinion. I think this is like the best live action Spider-Man suit, and I hope that they stick with it for a while. But I have a feeling that they're not going to,
Yeah.
because I think the next suit we're going to get is the black suit for Secret Wars. I mean, unless he shows up in Doomsday, then he'll probably just be in the brand new day suit. But yeah, I would assume Secret Wars, if Spider-Man's in it, he's gonna do the black suit.
I hope so. What?
I really hope so.
Yeah.
I guess to kind of dive into some dislikes is I was really hoping J. Jonah Jameson would be in this.
Yeah,
And
I didn't see him.
throughout the whole, like all these MCU Spider-Man movies, aside from Peter's little short film thing at the beginning of Homecoming, we haven't really seen this Peter Parker express a whole lot of interest in photography.
That's true.
So like it'd be kind of weird at this point to like do the whole like photographer for the Daily Bugle thing, but I was hoping that with them like having J.K. Simmons in No Way Home, that meant like okay, sick. So like for the next movie, they're gonna dive more into Daily Bugle. Maybe Peter's gonna try like working there to, you know, they definitely have like files, you know, just because they erase people's memory, the spell erase people's memory doesn't erase that like they have like Daily Bugle has a video archive of episodes talking about Spider-Man's identity. So like Spider-Man.
Well, no, I actually think I forgot where I heard it from, but there was a thing talking about that, like every thing about Peter Parker, like even like the pictures of from him being in high school is like altered in a way to where like it's almost like he didn't exist. But it looked like a picture, for example, like he would be like turned away in it and you can't see him.
Interesting. Okay.
So that is a thing. I forget where I got that information from.
Yeah, I definitely have heard something similar, but I think that in itself is a little bit convoluted.
I do wish we saw J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, especially with Scorpion being in this movie, like because those two characters are connected, and J. Jonah Jameson is the reason why Scorpion gets stuck in the suit.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think in the comics, like he originally like hires Matt Gargan, to like put on the suit and then attack Spider-Man for something. But then some chemical accident thing happens during that causes the suit to become like permanently sealed to his body. So yeah, I thought that maybe they could have done something like that. And also like I kind of wish they did more with Scorpion, because I feel like we've waited such a long time for them to like fulfill his setup from Homecoming, that like it was cool seeing him in action, but he essentially just got to be like an action figure in this movie. So it would have been cool to see more of that. I was really against Ned and MJ coming back into the fold, but I feel like the way that they handled things is fine. I also don't like that they don't give any acknowledgement to Mayor Fisk. I feel like that's like a pretty big deal.
Funny you say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, I don't know, but there is something.
Are you talking about the lady that gives him the key to the city?
No.
Oh, okay.
And it's not in any sort of like a big thing. But that's actually what I had for my deep cut. I saw something in the movie.
Oh, that references Mayor Fisk?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay, then I guess we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very minuscule. I'm not trying to prop it up right now.
Okay. But for sure there's no like Daredevil
No.
reference and stuff. Which that was another thing too, is like I was kind of hoping with No Way Home, they introduce Matt Murdock, then Brand New Day, they can introduce Daredevil.
Hmm.
And then, it's kind of weird that the side character from Daredevil's second season got to be on, like, make it into one of the movies before he got to make it into, well, actually, I guess,
Yeah, he was first.
yeah, but Daredevil, like, in costume, hasn't been on the movie screen,
Yeah.
like MCU.
He is in jail though, so
Yeah, he is serving time. So when it comes to like public backlash with this film, the only two things I could really find that people have issues with are the organic webbing
Mhm.
and Jean Grey.
Mhm.
Like just Jean Grey being in this movie.
Mhm.
Both of those, honestly, like the organic webbing thing, I would have been fine if he stayed with the cartridges because I kind of like that
Mhm.
as opposed to the organic webbing. But for this particular story, it makes sense.
Yeah, it was perfect, and he does stay with the cartridges. It was
Yeah.
just him going through mutation and everything,
Mhm.
and I really liked how he referenced Tobey
Peter,
Maguire.
yeah,
He's
Peter
all-
too.
Yeah, Peter too had a friend. He was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that part when he's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, causing it to like squeeze out. Oh, yeah, that was gross. And it has like just like a little dribble.
Yeah. Kind of looked like something else.
Yes, and I wonder if that was intentional. Yeah, and then Jean Grey being in this movie, Sadie Sink did a great job.
Mhm.
It's a fresh new take on the character that we haven't seen. I'm pretty sure a shitload of people didn't even know that Jean Grey had a sister. So
Yeah, I didn't. So.
yeah, I also didn't either. So I don't find anything wrong with it. And I feel like it's, as far as them doing the whole like Sony Marvel Studios, like Sony is like, all right, well, we have Spider-Man in this, and then Marvel Studios has to be like, all right, well, we have Iron Man in this, or we have Doctor Strange in this. The way that they went about like their character or characters in this was, I think, the best version of that. What would you rate this movie?
4.
4 out of 5?
Yes.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Woo!
I'm going 4 out of 5.
Deep cut is 8.
Mm-hmm. What is your deep cut fact?
So for my deep cut fact, I saw in the movie when Spider-Man falls in one of the alleys. I think it's when he has his suit on one of the dumpsters.
Mm-hmm.
There's a poster for Mayor Fisk.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
That'll be a fun thing to go back and pause the
yeah,
movie on.
and it's real quick. I saw it. And I was like, oh, cool.
Okay, cool. I believe you. I believe it's there.
I'm just lying.
Yeah, it's not there at all.
I just didn't know what a deep cut what to do.
Mine would be something that I think a lot of people might already know, but John Bernthal helped Tom Holland film his audition tape for Civil War, and Tom Holland helped John Bernthal film his audition tape for the Netflix, or for the Punisher for the Netflix Daredevil season 2. Don't act surprised because I know that you knew.
I did, but that is badass either way.
Yeah.
And casual viewers definitely, I doubt, would know that.
Yeah, yeah. So that is a cool, like, just full circle kind of thing. And it's also cool that, like, the last movie that we saw was the Odyssey.
Yeah.
That had them in it. So it's cool to know that they're good buddies and that this, I guess, last year / this year, like, they get to, like, work with each other a lot more. So I just hope it means we get more Punisher in the MCU and more Punisher Spider-Man stuff. Now to get into some fun questions.
Fun question.
Before we end the episode with our ranking of the Spider-Man movies. All right, so kicking off the fun questions, we're going to play Fuck, Marry, Kill, Aunt May edition. So between the 3 actresses that have played Aunt May in live action, Rosemary Harris, in the Sam Raimi films, Sally Field in the Amazing Spider-Man films, and Marissa Tomei in the MCU films.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you start. Go ahead.
Dang. I know you would think it's an easy
Yeah.
question, but I'm thinking of different scenarios.
Yes.
So, all right. I'm a fuck Marissa Tomei.
Of course.
M.A.
Yeah. Figured.
Which
Yeah.
originally I thought maybe Mary, but
Mhm.
I'm just fuck her. And then I'm a kill Sally Field.
Interesting, really.
Bitch is dead. She's too young. She's gonna live a
Yeah.
while longer.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm gonna marry Rosemary Harris
Wow.
because
Because it's going to be such a short marriage.
yeah. So as
Yeah.
soon as I say I do life insurance policy, I'm chilling,
Okay.
just looking at my watch.
Yeah. Just counting the minutes.
I'll be good to her. You know,
Yeah.
we'll yeah, be a good man to her, take care of her,
Mm-hmm.
and then if she's still she still has energy, then I'll take it. I'll handle that.
Mm-mm.
I'll
Mm-mm.
I'll still do it, but
I
still
think that might kill her.
Hey, if anything, that won't be my fault. Give her a heart attack. So I'm just
Nope.
chowing down. And then and then she'll kick the dust. I'll be sad,
Yeah.
and then I'll move on.
You'll be sad, but also think, oh, it's all going according to plan.
Yeah. How about you, nasty boy?
For a one and done fuck, I'm going Sally Field.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Should be fun.
I don't know if fun's the right word. But
Probably
for
has
sure,
a lot of experience.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, yeah, I would treat that as like show me what you know. You've been around for a while. Show me what you know. And then marry Marissa Tomei because she's gorgeous and ages beautifully.
Yeah.
And then even though it would definitely pull at my heartstrings and probably ruin me internally, I'd have to bring myself to kill Rosemary Harris.
You're a monster.
She would definitely put up the least amount of a fight.
Yeah.
Out of all three, has the least amount of strength to.
So you'd beat her to death?
I don't even know what. I feel like I just a nudge down slippery stairs.
Just blowing her.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be my fuck, Mary, kill. But I really do agree with your logic and reasoning. I just, I wouldn't want Marissa Tomei to be a one and done. That's you got to hold on to that.
Yeah.
For as long as possible.
I could go both ways with both of our decisions.
Yeah. What villain / hero would you like to see in the next MCU Spider-Man film?
Venom.
Venom?
Yeah, I was thinking about this one. I thought maybe Doc Ock. Doc Ock would be really cool, but we've seen Doc Ock be great in every interpretation. Honestly, we've seen him in.
But we've also only seen one actor.
Yeah, we've seen one actor, and then the animated one too.
Yeah.
Also was really good.
Yeah.
But Venom.
But like proper.
Yeah.
Eddie Brock.
Yeah, like Topher Grace. I thought it was fine. I thought it was cool. Yeah, right? It gets too much hate.
Yeah, same. I agree.
The standalone Venom movies, they're fun. They're fine on their own.
I think they're lame.
I enjoyed them. Like they're not definitely. I'm not going back to watch them all the time. I've seen them all once, and that's it. So, and they're fun movies, but I still hate the fact that it's Venom. Like he should be a villain, and like even in the comics, like the whole that is something that happened. Like, and it happened pretty fast too. Him being an anti-hero.
Yeah.
So like, I get it, but no, I want to see an MCU villain, MCU Venom, and he's just nasty, eating foods and just tearing shit up,
And has the white spider.
and has the white spider.
And the white what would you call it? Like the white spots like on the backs of his hands.
Yeah.
For like shooting the top of his wrist, shooting out webs.
Yeah, so I'd love to see a proper Venom. And then as for hero, I'd like to see Spider-Man interact with Daredevil, interact with Fantastic Four. I think those would be really cool. But in terms of like the next movie, I actually just want to see Spider-Man kind of do his own thing a little more. At least the MCU Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really seen it. We've always seen him kind of paired up with somebody, which has been awesome. But I want to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man kind of do his own thing also.
Yeah.
Like if say Fantastic Four Daredevil were to be in it, I'd want it to be kind of less, not as much as Punisher, and which I kind of thought we were gonna get, but like I'm not like I still liked Punisher and in it as much as he was, but I definitely would have liked to see just more Spider-Man on his own.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like an agreement thing between the two studios, is that like Marvel Studios has to include one of their characters, or like as like sharing the lead role type thing. Even though it is a Spider-Man movie and he is the main protagonist. Yeah, I wonder if that's like a contract thing where like, because essentially like Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man as a character. The way that these two studios are able to work together is Sony allows this other studio to come in and work on a movie project with their IP, with like their property.
Yeah.
So I wonder if part of that is like, hey, if you guys can't just like take our IP and just make a movie, like you guys also have to throw in some of your characters and IP and stuff like that to make this thing
a shared
connected universe kind of thing. So it's not just a one-sided thing, and also doesn't feel like Marvel Studios is like just commandeering their character.
Yeah.
So that might be something that people just have to get used to with Tom Holland Spider-Man, is that like he's probably always going to show up with other characters.
And I'm okay with that.
But what would be sick is like, what if we don't get that solo Tom Holland Spider-Man movie until like 9 movies in?
Interesting.
Or something crazy like that, where like...
No, but then at that point, like, we're already in such a lived-in MCU, like... Yeah. But see, that's... I do like that, the lived-in part, and like Yelena kind of the capacity, Hulk's capacity. Punisher was fine, but in terms of like what I would want, definitely like less of Punisher, just in, I guess, putting it on paper or whatever.
But I also had Daredevil and Fantastic Four on my hero. Yeah, because I feel like that also makes the most amount of sense. Like they've laid down enough groundwork for both of those things to work out. One of my favorite like Spider-Man things is the whole like his friendship with Johnny Storm, and like the Statue of Liberty is like their hangout spot. So if we can get that in live action in some capacity, whether that's in Doomsday, Secret Wars, or a Spider-Man movie afterwards or something, like that'd be sick.
Yeah.
And then obviously it'd be sick to finally see Charlie Cox Daredevil team up with Tom Holland Spider-Man. But as far as villains, I think it'd be cool if Mysterio returned.
Yeah.
Like if we got confirmation on whether or not he really did die. But some sort of like Mysterio's revenge kind of story I think would be sick. But then also maybe like Black Cat as like
Yeah.
a villain, anti-hero type character, and also like now that the door has like somewhat closed on Peter and MJ, or at least like it can be a form of closure. Peter can meet a character like Black Cat, and
Fucker.
Spider-Man has a love connection with someone, but Peter Parker doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have that love connection thing going on. Peter Parker's love connection is still trying to like make him and MJ work and be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's this other, you know, Black Cat. Next question. If you could be Spider-Man for a full 24 hours, how would you spend your day?
Should be swinging around, jump off a building.
Yeah, that's what I had in my notes was to be specific, starting at if this thing kicks in at midnight, then I'm going to spend the next like 4 to 5 hours just in my room, like webbing things up, getting used to like crawling on walls, kind of just get used to like having the power set. And then right before like sunrise, I'm going to drive down to,
You gonna drive?
well, what do you think is faster, swinging or driving?
Swinging.
Swinging? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess,
That's
yeah.
where we at? In New York? Yeah.
Okay, I guess, yeah. So if we're in New York, then yeah, I'm just going to swing somewhere, swing to the tallest, nearest building, watch the sunrise, and then immediately jump off, and then just swing around for a couple hours until I get bored of that or used to it. Actually, that's literally all I have in my notes, is I would just swing around,
Yeah. Same.
do
I
flips.
have one other thing for that is go to strip club.
You'd want to go to a strip club as Spider-Man?
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Why a strip club specifically?
Well, imagine how much attention you'd get.
Yeah, that is true, being Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it sounds like we're on the same page,
Yeah.
except for the strip club thing.
No, I'll see you.
I would probably just go home after swinging, and then maybe at one point if I saw some crime going on, or like saw some cars were about to crash or something, I'd intervene if I really thought I could, but I don't think I would go out of my way to like look for crime.
Yeah.
I'd be way more distracted just having fun.
Mhm.
All right, last fun question. Which Spider-Man's universe of New York would you want to live in as an average citizen? Toby, Andrew, or Tom's?
Toby.
Toby?
I feel like it'd be the least dangerous one.
I'll see about that when Doomsday comes out. Mine would be Andrew's, because I think the worst thing that's happened, similar thought process of like what's the least dangerous, or like
Yeah.
the worst thing that's happened is for a brief period of time in a small section of the city, some people got turned into humanoid lizards,
Yeah.
but then they got cured.
Mm-hmm.
So aside from like debris and stuff, and then I guess the power outage.
Yeah.
So as long as I wasn't flying a plane
true.
during that time, then I think I can handle a power outage. So yeah, yours would be Toby's, mine would be Andrew's. So that wraps up the fun questions. One last little segment before our ranking. For those that may not follow nerd culture stuff, not too long ago at San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel Studios had a panel in the famous Hall H where they gave us some announcements on some upcoming projects. So for starters, what did you think of the Doomsday trailer?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great trailer.
Was not expecting it to drop
Yeah,
that
before
Monday
Spider-Man.
morning. Yeah, because I thought that they were gonna wait till Spider-Man came out and like do a whole like you can only watch the trailer.
For Spider-Man.
Yeah, in front of Spider-Man.
And we didn't even see it.
Yeah, they didn't even play it, which is kind of weird.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think the trailer is perfect. Like I love how it doesn't give anything away. It just kind of establishes that Doctor Doom is here and he's gonna fuck some shit up.
See some cool characters, cool character moments.
Yeah, cool character combinations that you wouldn't think of, like Gambit and Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Finally getting Shang-Chi in another movie.
Channing Tatum.
Return of Channing Tatum as the perfect casting for Gambit, and I think a lot of people are underestimating what Robert Downey Jr.,
Oh, yeah.
Stephen McFeely, and the Russo brothers can do
Yeah.
together. Because I mean, just the Russo brothers alone, they have never given us a stinker within the MCU.
Mhm.
You know.
And that intro voice of
Oh, yeah.
Doom being Robert Downey Jr. I didn't even know it was him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, super excited for that. And a lot of people, I think, are going into that movie thinking it's going to be like Infinity War, and then the next thing is going to be like Endgame.
Mhm.
But I feel like Marvel Studios and the Russo brothers and everyone involved are aware of that. And I feel like Doomsday has potential to be like a really divisive movie because I feel like they're going to subvert a lot of expectations
Mhm.
and like do a lot of things that people aren't going to see coming. And I feel like a big argument for that movie or a big complaint is going to be like there's no setup for this movie. But
Mhm.
even Kevin Feige at Comic-Con, like after the presentation, did an interview where he was saying that like talking about the comparison thing and saying how like the whole build up to Thanos was just Thanos was sitting in a chair,
Mhm.
you know, and like it was very simple of like we just knew that this character existed and we knew, I mean, the comic book nerds knew that like, oh, he's gonna go after the Infinity Stones.
Mhm.
And the whole thing with like all the different phase 1 and phase 2 MacGuffins, like the reveal that they're all Infinity Stones and stuff like that, like they definitely like built up to Infinity War and Thanos as a character. But in retrospect, they kind of beat us over the head with that.
Mhm.
So I'm personally excited that with Doomsday, we don't know anything about this guy other than he's from, I'm guessing, the Fantastic Four First Steps universe.
Mhm.
But we don't know the history between him and the Fantastic Four. We don't know what he knows about the multiverse. We don't even know like what his knowledge is of magic, you know, compared to what we've seen in like Doctor Strange. So I'm very, very excited for Doomsday. Also at the Hall H presentation, they talked a little bit about the Avengers Endgame re-release, which comes out on September 25th of this year. Armand and I will be doing an episode
Yes, sir.
on Avengers Endgame Encore.
So for some fun Doomsday talk when we do the Avengers Endgame re-released, we're going to be doing some theory deep diving and discussions, and we wanted to extend the invite to all of you. So if you want to send in your theories for Doomsday, you can send it to our email, which is deepcutmoviepod@gmail.com. No crazy spelling. There is a capital D. I'm just kidding. It's just deepcutmoviepod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we plan to do a review of Endgame re-release, and we would like to read your theories during that episode and talk about it.
And that can be a theory on just characters you think are going to die, maybe a plot point.
Yeah, any
Really
of your
anything.
thoughts.
Yeah, we just want to hear your thoughts on what could happen in Avengers Doomsday, and then it'll give Armand and I something to talk about for our segment when we review the re-release.
Yeah.
Which supposedly for the re-release, they're adding in extra footage
Yes.
to like help better connect this to Doomsday.
Yes. So from what I heard, it's going to be like something in the beginning, something in the middle, and something in the end.
Yeah. And then possibly like, because the original Endgame doesn't have a post-credit scene. So this one could have a post-credit scene or multiple post-credit scenes. But we'll see. Find out. Marvel Studios also announced that we have our new Black Panther. David Johnson from The Long Walk and Alien Romulus.
Yes.
He's teaming up with Ryan Coogler to be in Black Panther 3, which will release December 15th, 2028. This film is going to be shot on actual film, like large format film. So I think that Marvel Studios is now trying to like take the whole gimmick around Christopher Nolan and stuff and trying to apply that to their movies, where like now they're going to start putting out movies that are like actually shot on film and like feel like a big deal because of how they were shot.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I could see Marvel Studios wanting to venture into like, oh, well, we should shoot our movies entirely on IMAX.
Yeah.
You know,
I
so
didn't know that they were doing that for that one.
yeah. So I think that'll be really interesting.
And not only Black Panther, but Ghost Rider was also announced, starring Ryan Gosling.
Mhm.
I'm assuming he's playing Johnny Blaze. I
Yeah,
guess we'll see.
that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
And it's going to be directed by Sean Levy,
Mhm.
who also did Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, and Free Guy.
He did Free Guy. He also did Night at the History Museum.
Oh, Night at the Museum.
Yeah, with
one of
Ben
those
Stiller.
movies.
He did the first one. I don't know about the other ones, but
And him and Ryan Gosling are doing the next Star Wars movie, Star Wars
yes,
Starfighter. So.
that's right. And that's supposed to be next year for Star Wars.
Mhm.
But for Ghost Rider is July 2028, give or take.
Yeah, I saw somewhere something about it being July, but I don't know if they've like officially confirmed the release date.
So yeah, that sounds real cool.
Mhm.
I know I hear a lot of people not excited about Sean Levy being attached to it.
Yeah.
Which I get. I am kind of like skeptical because it's not like he did a great job with like Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mhm.
I did love that.
Same.
It seems, at least from what I've seen, a lot of his resume is comedic stuff.
Mhm.
At least the ones that did good
Mhm.
are comedic stuff. I don't know how I feel about that with Ghost Rider. So that's the
Yeah.
only thing for me.
Mhm. I'm more intrigued on like how are they gonna handle like the hell and demon elements?
Yeah.
Because like Doctor Strange kind of touches on stuff like that, but Doctor Strange isn't a character that's like very well connected to specifically hell,
hmm
you know, and just like hell, demons, like that type of thing. Like it's a Disney company,
Yeah.
so I'm wondering like how are they gonna approach all that stuff and make like a good adaptation.
I really hope it's more mature.
Yeah,
I don't want this to be too funny.
Yeah,
So
I think a good indicator will be like just how we think and feel about Star Wars Starfighter.
yeah,
Um,
I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the casting.
mhm. Just a
Just
little bit skeptical. Whereas Black Panther 3, like I know that shit's gonna be sick.
Yeah, they're gonna knock that out the park.
Yeah. And that's gonna be so awesome too, of like just a full like the first Black Panther movie is about T'Challa, and then the second one is like dealing with the passing of T'Challa and the mantle being passed to his sister, and then the third one is like almost like a full circle thing back to Prince T'Challa.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm super psyched for that. All right, let's get into the moment you've all been waiting for. Spider-Man movie ranking.
Sheesh.
There are 11 Spider-Man films. We're also including the animated Spider-Verse films. Just like how we did the Star Wars ranking in the Mandalorian and Grogu episode, we're just going to start from bottom to top. Armand has his list in his notes. I have my list in my notes. And we are just going to kind of debate and figure out what our definitive deep cut Spider-Man movie ranking is.
I feel like we'll see eye to eye on most of these.
Yeah, I think so too. You want to kick it off with number 11?
TASM 1.
That's exactly what I have, brother.
Bam.
All right, number 10, I have the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. It just doesn't age well.
The first one?
Yeah, the very first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man one. There's stuff in it that is obviously classic.
Yeah. I feel like just the Green Goblin is the best part. But also
the Green Ranger
and Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Green Ranger. especially the end with their whole like fight scene and just like their monologues. I think is just so good.
Yeah,
Those are probably my favorite parts of that whole movie. Is that end part when they're fighting?
yeah. I do love that part when the glider is coming at Norman,
Yeah.
and there's just that quick close up of Willem Dafoe. Oh, and then it like stabs him.
Don't tell Harry.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I feel like what do you have for number 10?
Have Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that when I was there, I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe we won't actually see eye to eye
Yeah, I
for
don't know about
everything."
this because I have it pretty far up.
But that's the thing too. It was like I still really like that one, but like,
Mhm.
and it's overhated.
Okay, okay. What's your number 9?
Spider-Man 3.
Damn, yeah, well, I don't think we're gonna see eye to eye on
Actually,
this.
yeah, maybe not. Huh?
Yeah. So for my number 10, I had the Tobey Maguire first Spider-Man movie, and then number 9, I had No Way Home.
So you had Homecoming, and then No Way Home.
Yeah, Far From Home and Homecoming are like way further up.
Oh wait,
On my
I'm
ranking.
tripping. Yeah, you meant Spider-Man
Yeah, then 9 is No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah.
Ooh, dang.
Let's go back to 10. So,
Yeah. So we got TASM at 11. TASM 1.
mhm. Where did you put No Way Home?
No Way Home is further up. I actually have it. It's actually a 5, but I'm actually okay with putting it down. The reason I have No Way Home at 5
Mhm.
is just a little more than just the movie itself,
Mhm.
but just the experience
Yeah.
of seeing that was just, it was a whole nother experience. And you don't get that experience from any of the other movies.
That is actually very true. Well, um, yeah, with specifically the live action Spider-Man, but the whole concept of multiple Spider-Man you do get into
Yeah.
animated movies.
The concept of it, but
Mhm.
just the experience and reaction of seeing these specific ones.
Yeah, and the villains too.
Like with seeing in Into the Spider-Verse, nobody's like losing their shit to
Mhm.
seeing this other Spider-Man.
Okay, then how about this? Homecoming can be at 10.
I think I'd rather put Spider-Man 1 at 10 rather than Homecoming.
Okay, and then put Homecoming above it.
I could do that, yeah.
Okay.
Homecoming is great.
Yeah, it is.
The Vulture was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, all these movies are great.
Yeah, no, they're all great.
Yeah.
I do feel like the Homecoming and Far From Home are overhated.
Yeah.
They're great movies. I like Homecoming more than
Mhm.
Far From Home though.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that's where we differ because like I do like both of those movies. Like Homecoming feels like a John Hughes film, like Breakfast Club, or even has some elements of like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
mm-hmm.
Like just like a 80s high school movie kind of thing. But what I like about Far From Home is it takes that and puts it on like this whole European vacation school trip thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I just think that Far From Home is funnier.
Yeah, no,
than
Far From Home is the funniest
Yeah.
Spider-Man movie out of all of them.
The witches line is great. The whole Ned and Betty dating thing,
Yeah.
just for the trip. The whole like they were literally just together, and then the moment that they're apart, there's like the text message of I miss you too,"
Yeah.
like stuff like that, like Night Monkey.
Yeah.
When this what is it, Netherlands police officer, like it cuts to him and he has the Night Monkey thing on, and he's talking to someone. He's like, "Yeah, Night Monkey." But
Yeah, there's so many things in that one. It's definitely the funniest one.
mhm.
But so we're going TASM 1, then we're doing Spider-Man 1, then Homecoming.
Sure.
I could get behind that.
Yeah.
So then after that, Spider-Man 3.
I'm down for that. I'm down for that because I do think Spider-Man 3 is a better movie than the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie.
That's a hot take.
I know it's a hot take, but just it also just makes sense. Like I know that Sam Raimi was kind of like overdoing those movies at that point
Mhm.
when he got to the third one, or like tail end of doing the third one or whatever, but there's just stuff that he inherently learned from doing two other of those same movies
Yeah.
that he applied to this movie. So just on a technical level, like the thing that I think about a lot with the first Spider-Man is there's that clip, I don't know if you've seen the GIF of it, where it's when after he saved Mary Jane, he's like swinging through the city. Um,
Oh, the mannequin.
yeah, it's the mannequin, but
Yeah.
it's the direction of the wind. It's
Mm.
blowing in the opposite direction that they're swinging. So it just physically does not make sense.
Yeah.
You don't find anything like that
No.
in the other two Sam Raimi films, or like in the Amazing Spider-Man films, or the Home Trilogy or anything. So
Yeah. So
that's my big caveat, is that like it was their first time trying to like do a cool looking live action Spider-Man, and there is stuff that in hindsight what's come after just does not look as good or hold up.
Yeah. No, it's just Spider-Man 3 also very overhated.
Yes.
I honestly love, just to point out a couple things I really loved about that one,
Mhm.
is Harry's whole arc. And I forgot he died in that.
Oh yeah.
When I rewatched it, I was like, oh shit.
Hmm.
I forgot.
Yeah, after he saves and helps out
Yeah.
Peter.
You
Yeah.
came.
Yeah.
But it was really great. I thought one thing was really funny, the horn theme.
Mhm.
That wasn't in the other ones, right?
No, that's only in
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3.
Every time that played, I just laughed.
Yeah,
It
because you're
was,
picturing the meme, or
yeah.
have you
It's
seen the one where it's like the montage of Tobey Maguire like seeing paparazzi?
yeah. It's awesome. I'm sure, I know he didn't intend for that, but
Mm-mm.
that simple horn is just hilarious now.
Thank you, Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Okay, so Spider-Man 3 is at number 8. What's going at number 7?
So in terms of what I have next that we haven't done, is that they're still Far From Home.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do that Last Jedi shit again to me.
I know. I know.
And then next would be also Across the Spider-Verse.
Mm. Would you put Across the Spider-Verse over No Way Home?
I have it right under No Way Home, but
I'm actually down for that.
the thing is with Across the Spider-Verse, the first time I saw it, I didn't like it. I was actually upset with it.
Yeah, I just thought it was too much. Like a lot of the action sequences were just a little bit like overwhelming and like overstimulating.
That and like it was just all build up, and it
Yes,
just led to
a cliffhanger.
the cliffhanger, the real power, which is awesome.
Hmm.
But I wanted to see that.
Hmm.
That being said, on second watch, now that I like knew where it was going,
Hmm.
I enjoyed it way more.
Hmm.
Like I loved it on the second viewing,
Hmm.
especially the Spider Punk.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He was my fucking favorite
yeah.
one out of all of them. Just the way he was enticing stuff and like supporting, you know, Peter or Miles
Yeah, yeah.
throughout the whole thing.
Hmm.
Awesome. That's the thing. Like first time I hated it, second time I loved it.
Hmm.
So I'm okay
Would
with moving that one around.
would you put that above No Way Home?
Do you have it above No Way Home?
Originally, I did, yeah. So we could do No Way Home at number 7, and then Across at number 6. But then we also have Far From Home. Would you put Far From Home above Across?
I'll say yeah. Simply because like there was a point where I didn't like it, right?
Hmm. Far From Home?
No,
Or
Cross.
Across? Yeah, okay.
So I'd be
'Cause
down to
I guess the scenario is you're spending the night at a friend's house. He has a Blu-ray player, but he only has 2 Blu-rays. One of them is Across the Spider-Verse, and the other one is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Ooh.
And he's like, which one you want me to put on?
If it's like that, I feel like I would rather see Across,
Oh, really?
just because it's just way more zany and like and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Then do you want to put Far From Home above Spider-Man 3 at number 7?
I could go both ways, honestly. Either we do Far or Across.
Let's do Far From Home at 7.
Okay. Sorry, Mysterio.
Yeah, sorry.
So then Far From Home, then Across.
Yeah, so Across would be at number 6. All right, so number 5.
Has to be No Way Home.
Yeah, No Way Home.
No Way
Yeah,
top it.
yeah,
Top.
top 5.
Top.
That is top
Yeah,
5
top 5.
material, I guess. But I guess
Yeah.
I can't really say that because I had it at number 9. But my whole thing is just like, it's just a bunch of nostalgia bait
It is.
stuff. Like, there's arguments to be made of like how things aren't just nostalgia bait and like do tie into the story and Peter's character and overall character arc and growth and whatever. But yeah, I mean, it is a pretty monumental achievement that they like pulled that off.
Yeah, and that's why I'm putting it so high.
Okay,
Just that experience.
and I'm sure there's a lot of people that can agree that
Yeah.
it's like top 5 material. Okay, so then at number 4, I'm going Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Ooh. That was what I have, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Way overhated.
Yeah, way overhated. The only thing I would really change is maybe the Green Goblin design and maybe the Electro design. But for what they are within that movie and, you know, the universe of those two movies, it works, you know.
I agree. I think their designs could have been cooler. Honestly, my only real problem with Amazing Spider-Man 2 is that I wish there was a little more falling action. Because it was like Gwen Stacy's death, and then it was like the end of the movie. It was like maybe like the funeral, maybe,
and then
like that was it.
yeah, and then there's like the
the Rhino.
Yeah, the
I am
Rhino.
the Rhino.
Yeah, and the kid dressed up as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
all that stuff. Yeah, it does kind of have a weird, imbalanced feeling ending, which I feel like would be totally different if we got a third Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Yes,
he
deserved it.
Yeah, I always thought it'd be sick if they did that third movie, but it picked up where the second one left off. We get to see like the end of the Rhino fight.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's sick. That'd be sick.
Maybe one day. Number 3, I think I'm gonna put Brand New Day.
I also have Brand New Day.
Which means you probably have Into the Spider-Verse at number 2.
Negative.
Really? You have Spider-Man 2?
Into the Spider... Wait. Yeah, I have Spider-Man 2. I think Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie out there.
That is actually a very interesting take. And I can kind of agree with that because if I have like a 4 or 5-year-old son and like I really want him to get into Spider-Man, sure, I could put on Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, but it's live action, got a bunch of adults in it. It's all shot like all just takes place in New York. Yeah, there's some fantastical stuff that goes on, but they would definitely have a much more engaging time watching Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So as a Spider-Man entry point, Into the Spider-Verse does work as a very, very good entry point for all ages. Because
it does.
You can also watch that movie as an adult and like appreciate a lot of things.
Yeah, it's so good. It's emotional.
Yeah.
Great action. Great dialogue.
Yeah. That is very true.
And Spider-Man 2 is fantastic. It is. Seeing I love seeing again like Harry, like the whole thing with Harry and just being
he's now taken over Osborn,
and that's how that ends. He takes over Oscorp, and then it ends with like him finding out about Spider-Man. Obviously, like Doc Ock's whole arc was incredible.
Yeah.
The horror elements from Doc Ock's tentacles.
Oh yeah, I love that whole scene. How
Yeah.
like it just the movie shifts to a horror movie
Mhm.
for like 5 minutes. That shot with the lady getting dragged and like her nails
Yeah.
on the floor.
And then his turmoil for trying to be there for Mary Jane, and
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's like I think the reason why I put Spider-Man 2 so high up is like the the struggle that Peter goes through in that movie is like the most relatable thing
Mhm.
I've felt like for my own life of like I want to be there for people, but just shit gets in the way and I just can't.
Mhm.
And it's one of those things where like I know I can explain it, but it's like I don't want to say like hard to explain, but just I'd have to be explaining stuff all the time. And like,
Yeah.
so
That's definitely has the best representation of Spider-Man's struggle.
yes, of being torn between responsibility and what Peter Parker wants.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to put Spider-Man 2 at number 2, and then Into the Spider-Verse can take number 1.
Ooh.
So, to recap our list, starting at number 11, Amazing Spider-Man 1, number 10, Spider-Man, number 9, Homecoming, 8, Spider-Man 3, number 7, Far From Home, 6, Across the Spider-Verse, 5, No Way Home, 4, Amazing Spider-Man 2, number 3, Brand New Day, 2 would be Spider-Man 2, and the number 1 spot is Into the Spider-Verse.
Sheesh. That's a good list.
All right, so that concludes our episode on Spider-Man Brand New Day. This movie was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
It was a lot of fun putting this episode together, and Armand and I are big comic book fans and specifically big Spider-Man fans, so this was definitely one that we were very excited to talk
Yeah.
about. If you made it this far into the episode, what do you think people should drop in the comments?
Poo poo pee pee caca. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get a thwip.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's get a thwip in the comments if you made it to this part of the episode. Which I'm assuming you probably won't if you're listening to this because we've been doing this for every episode, and I think it's only been the first episode that or the first 2 episodes we put out that
Yeah.
someone made it that far and commented something.
But this will stay on
the internet for a
internet,
while.
so-
Yeah, so you got time.
Yeah. Join us next week as we talk about Aang, or the last Airbender movie.
Yeah,
Aang.
yeah. We just talked about Aang as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His bald head.
Yeah. No, we will be reviewing Avatar: Aang: The Last Airbender,
Yes.
and it's unfortunately exclusively streaming on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. Unless you were one of the few who got to see it in theaters.
Yeah, for the
Or like last
3
weekend.
days that it was open
Yeah.
in theaters. Yeah. Until then,
You've been great. We've been Deep Cut. Good night.
all right, bye.
Bye.